Good morning. I'm just waking up. It's like, what time is it? It is 6:10. It's late actually. I want to make a quick little video of this book, but let me get my coffee and then we'll talk. The coffee is ready, and I will be reading from this book today. This is the original version that's for me and only for me, so it says not for resale, and it's a draft copy, and this is the finished copy. I actually ordered my own book just to see what people were getting when they buy my book. One second, I just want to move the pen out so that I can close the book. So yeah, so this is the finished book, and this is the hardcover version. I think it's $24.99, I think. And this was the draft, so you can see that the font is a little bit different. I don't know why I do that all the time. I change things and then I can't seem to keep it all the same. And the back of the books are different also. This one had an old picture of mine that I just am not that girl anymore with the extensions and this, that, and the next. And well, I mean, I could be again, but now I just prefer my hair natural. And this is the finished version that you will see when you buy the book. This collection of poems, my phone doesn't want to focus. I can't see what's there. Let me try to read without my phone. This collection of poems would make a great gift for a friend or love interest, whether for Christmas or other times of the year, including Valentine's Day and birthdays. The poems are loosely based on the book The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. The poems are meant to be lightly amusing. They are mostly set in France, in places like Strasbourg, Rouen, Deauville, Dijon, and Versailles. And then Marion T.D. Lewis is the author of several books, including a book of poetry called These Are Not Poems, which is my other book of poetry, and a nonfiction book called La Maison Bleu. So, okay, I will read you the first poem. The text, oh, it's a little bit better, but it's been bugging me. So I'm just going to focus on this book while I read to you. Okay, Seduce That Darling. Number 1, Have I Fallen in Love? Since that first gaze we exchanged on a train to Strasbourg, the empty haze that used to permeate is gone. The gnawing twin aches of boredom and dissatisfaction are gone. The inner tensions and anxieties are gone. Instead, I feel weirdly happy, like I'm on the threshold of a new introduction to the girl I used to be, young and carefree, full of happiness and adventure. You scare me. I'm afraid to feel weirdly happy. Tell me the truth, darling. Have I fallen in love? Or am I the victim of your meticulously premeditated game, intrigue, and seduction? I think these poems need an actress. I think I have to hire somebody to do like an audiobook, because it would be a great audiobook, but I can't do the reading myself because I know it's totally ridiculous. So, but that's the first poem, Have I Fallen in Love? So this was a new addition to the finished book. So here it is, slightly changed. This one is chapter or number 30, and it's called Birdie. I've read it before, but I can read it again if you want. Why do you insist on calling me Birdie? I'm not a bird. I suppose you find me flighty and curious and susceptible to being your prey. Now, I suppose you find me flighty and curious and susceptible to being your prey. I suppose you are sure you have me pegged, eh? I suppose you believe that my personality is decipherable just because of the lightness and gaiety I exude after I have been led. How can you be sure that I'm not simply closeted in feathers and hiding a tiger or serpent instead? So it's a little different from this one. Why do you insist on calling me Birdie? I suppose you find me flighty and curious and susceptible to feedings. Don't be so sure you have me pegged or that my personality is decipherable just because I seem light. I am closeted, covered in feathers. Yeah, I changed that a little bit. So now I said, how can you be sure that I'm not simply closeted in feathers and hiding a tiger or serpent instead? The second poem is called A Glimpse. And I'll read that to you. So, a glimpse, a smile, a look out the window, a relook, a wink, a look out the window. Is he looking at me? Am I looking at him? TGV. What is he reading? Le Monde. Why is he going to Strasbourg? Who will he meet there? Another glimpse out the window. Green, cows, sheep, trees, stone cottages. Will he introduce himself when the train stops? So that is the second poem. And this is poem number 39. I've read this before also, so I can read it again if you want. At best, you are a contradiction, a paradox, a mystery, a schizophrenic dark soul. Our little breakfast in the little offbeat cafe in Rouen proves it. Do you remember how the assiette was chipped and cracked at the edges? And how the toast was a little bit wet? You gave the waitress a certain look, and I saw her melt, that she had fallen into hot butter on a baguette. And she crumbled up and disappeared. And after I excused you as you went to the men's room, and I can't turn the page. As you went to the men's room, I literally can't turn the page. Where's the other page? Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. I excused you as you went to the men's room. And when you came back, you seemed light-hearted and happy, and your hair was all over the place. Do you remember? I remember. It is when I became aware of your power to hypnotize and mesmerize and metamorphosize. That time when we were having breakfast in that little cafe in Rouen. So here is the table of contents. And there are 50 poems in all. This is not... Why does this not want to... It's very blurry. And maybe it's my eyes. But there are 50 poems in all. So you've got these, and you have got these. Why won't it focus? I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's very blurry. Oh my goodness. This is that. Yeah, so it's got 50 poems in all. So some of the poems I added specifically because I wanted to have 50 poems. So, you know, when I received the book, it was the first time I was seeing them in print, such as Birdie, and I was very surprised. I really like them. I really like them. Oh, I see a mistake. Oh, I won't say what it is. Oh no, there's a mistake. Oh my goodness. One of my titles needs to be changed. Oh no. So yeah, this book is available on Kindle and in paperback and hardcover as well. And I hope that you will get a copy of it. And I really do think it's a great gift idea. And I actually am a little bit proud of this book. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily, waxing poetic about every single book I've ever written, but I like this. I was quite surprised. I don't consider myself to be a poet. Obviously, I break every possible rule of poetry. I don't follow any rules at all. I don't even try. I don't even know what the rules are. So for me, poetry is just me free associating my ideas on a page. And these were really interesting. And as I said, they are based on the book by Robert Greene. And when I was having trouble being motivated with exercising, I would read the book on a stationary bike for 30 minutes or something like that. Read a chapter, and then after, I would write a poem. And these are what resulted. And I just think it's incredibly interesting, even for me reading it back. I was like, wow, where did that come from? So yeah, I hope that you'll buy it and gift it and enjoy it enjoy it in the spirit that it was written, which is just fun and light and not meant to create the Third World War or anything like that. Okay, thanks for listening and have a nice day.